What's going on, guys? JSkeleton here with a brand new video for you guys. Today we're continuing the road to Black Ops 3. This is going to be episode 3. We got, what, 10 days left, I believe, is what we're sitting at. I'm not going to lie, man. I've been struggling trying to find interesting stories to tell you guys in this series. But I think this one I'm going to talk about how I got into video games in the first place. Because, the first episode I talked, how did I get into Call of Duty? But I think, I wouldn't have gotten to Call of Duty if I've never gotten into video games to begin with, right? So I'm going to take you way back and try to take you through my history of games and kind of give you an idea. You guys probably already have a little bit of an idea, but I'm going to try to give you guys a little bit more of an idea in this video. So basically, it all starts back when I was super young, man. I don't even know how old I was when I first tried the original NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. That was made before I was born. But my parents had that and a Super NES when I was super young. I think they had it before I was born even. I'm not even sure. But I vaguely remember playing games like Kirby and the original Zelda on the NES at first. But where I really kind of got into it was the Super NES, man. I was playing Donkey Kong Country with my mom all the time. I still do to this day, actually. Once in a while, we'll go back and we'll replay the games. We have all 3 of the games on Super NES. Well, they own them. I have it digitally on my Wii U, but they own the physical copies. We'd always play that, man, like crazy. Me and my dad would mostly play like Mario Kart. That was kind of the game he'd play more with me. There's a game called Rock and Roll Racing we'd play. I'd also play that with some of my friends and my cousin. I played Rock and Roll Racing like crazy with my cousin. If I can, I might throw up a screenshot of Rock and Roll Racing if I could find one, or I'll post it on Twitter or something. But hopefully you guys know what game I'm talking about, because that game was a classic. I used to play Rock and Roll Racing with my cousin all the time, man. Super Mario World, the first one with Yoshi, and it's just a huge classic. There was Super Mario All-Stars, which had, the original Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3 remade with Lost Worlds and things like that. So that's really where I really got into gaming to begin with. It was the Super NES, man. I was playing it with like everyone, my friends. I had Goof Troop that all my friends would always, a couple of my friends would always bother me to play. We beat it like 1,000 times. There was just all these games that I played, with my parents, my cousin, my friends, whatever, right? So Super NES, I played super hard, still do that to this day, and eventually I ended up getting what was next? I didn't get an N64. It's actually surprisingly one of the only consoles I didn't get. I would always go to my friends. I had different friends I'd go to, a couple different friends that would go play that. Even my uncle that I mentioned in the first episode, he had one too that I'd play there. So I have played, N64 and quite a bit at friends' houses and stuff like that. But I think it was like when PS1 came out, my parents bought me a PS1 for, I want to say it was Christmas. I'm pretty sure it was Christmas. I'm not sure if this was before or after, but my aunt and uncle, I think it was them, also bought me a Game Boy Color. I can't remember what the timeline was. But yeah, so I got those 2 consoles somewhere. But PS1, I went really hard. I played all kinds of games, man. Like, seriously, like, I think it was like Star Wars Episode 1 game. It was like the story mode. I would play Cool Borders. I'd play, on N64 with my friends, I played 007, by the way. So I did play that, GoldenEye. But yeah, on the PS1, I played so many games, man. I played like Toy Story. Seriously, any game that I could get my hands on, I played. I didn't care. Bugs Life, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Like I said, Cool Borders. SSX, I think, was on PS1, if I remember correctly, one of the first ones. There was a ton of games I played on PS1, man. I'm really trying to remember all of them. Gran Turismo, man, that game was sick back in the day, man. The first 2 Gran Turismos were just a load of fun. I'd play them all the time. The original Need for Speeds. I literally played everything, like every single thing. Croc, that game was hard, man. Look it up. That game it looks really like cheesy and cartoonish, but that game was tough. So I used to play Croc and all these games. Tony Hawk Pro Skater was where I went hard back in the day, man. I was just I was huge into Tony Hawk Pro Skater. But like I said, I was playing every game. But yeah, so after PS1, I eventually owned a PS2. But out of the gate, I got my parents got me a GameCube. Okay, like this is I have great memories with all these systems. My parents got me a GameCube for Christmas, and I remember opening a game and it was Super Mario Sunshine. I was like, but I have no console to play it on, you know. And I was pretty young too. Well, whenever GameCube came out. Again, I'm 23. You guys do the math. I'm not doing it. But yeah, they got me a GameCube. I think it was a silver one, if I remember right. I was so incredibly stoked. They actually gave it to me on Christmas Eve at night, and I played it super late. I'm surprised they let me stay up that late, to be honest. They actually, that was probably one of the first times they let me just kind of go at it, man. And I think that was one of the first times I stayed up till a good, like, 1 or 2 in the morning. At least it felt like it. It could have been, like, 11 for all I know. I don't know. But it felt pretty late. And, so yeah, I played super late, man. Super Mario Sunshine, I woke up. There's so much hate for that game, but that's literally one of my favorite Mario games ever. That and Galaxy 1 and 2. But I have so much love for Super Mario Sunshine. I guess because there's, you know, it has sentimental value to it too. But the game in itself too, I really enjoy the game, man. I just love the mechanics, the whole kind of beach setting. It was most of the stuff like was all beachy. I love that. But yeah, so I had that, and then I got, of course, American Wasteland, Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. You know, Underground 1, Underground 2, all those great Tony Hawk games. I played a bunch of different games, you know, on GameCube. And PS2 I didn't really own till like later in the life cycle, and I played the Ratchet and Clank games mostly at my my aunt and uncle's house, and I'm pretty sure I beat at least half of the ones on PS2 or most of them, you know, things like that. But yeah, so I owned a PS2 later on, but my GameCube was like my joy, man. I love that thing. And then, you know, of course, later on, next generation, I owned a Wii for a while. I also owned a 360, but I was pretty young and stuff. And at one point, my parents wanted me to get rid of the 360 and stuff. Because, like I said, I was pretty young, man. I was like, I think 13 when the 360 came out, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I was pretty young, and I don't blame them, you know, because there's a lot of crazy people online, you know. But yeah, so I ended up having, you know, a Wii for a while. And then I ended up going back to 360 when I was a little bit older, probably like, you know, 15, 16, I want to say. You know, a little bit. Basically, when COD 4 came out, I think, is when I got back on the grind of 360, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure, or I don't know, man. I'm really losing my timeline, but you guys heard in the first episode I was around for all the Call of Duties, so I don't know, man. Must have been somewhere around there. But anyways. Yeah, and then I ended up owning a Wii as well, but, you know, I love Zelda games. You guys know I'm a huge Nintendo fan, and maybe you can see why now. Twilight Princess was like, you know, a game I played on the GameCube, and then on the Wii. I love it on both consoles. You know, some people hate it on the Wii. I love it on both, man. But yeah, so I had a Wii and had all the great Wii games, you know, Mario Galaxy, you know, Zelda, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, Mario Kart, whatever. You know, all your typical games, things like that. You know, and I was there for 360, and you know, at 360 is my you know, kind of my thing. I traded off to PS3 for a while later on in the life cycle, near the end of, I don't even know, man. I don't even know when in the life cycle. I didn't have a PS3 long. I quickly traded back to 360 because I was huge into 360. And then, you know, next gen came out. I started off on PS4 and I switched back and forth a couple times between PS4 and Xbox One. And, you know, because I wasn't sure which one I was enjoying more. And then I ended up just owning both. But nowadays, I'm on my PS4 a lot more, obviously. I enjoy all the consoles, but I'm on my PS4 more. And somewhere in all that, I got a Wii U and a 3DS. I don't know where, but somewhere in there. And I also had a DS Lite back in the day. And my mom actually had one, too, at one point. And we were playing, I can't remember, we were playing some kind of game, like via download play or something. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my history, man. I've owned like pretty much every console. I've owned a Vita somewhere in there, but I didn't keep it long. I've owned a couple different Vitas, but you know, because I owned one, then I got rid of it, and then I thought maybe, you know, it was better, and I got it again, and I realized, at least in my opinion, it wasn't, you know, that great anymore. It still wasn't great, anyways, I should say. But yeah, so I've owned pretty much every console: PSP, PS Vita, PS3, PS4, PS2, PS1. I did not own the original Xbox, but I played it at my friend's house. 360, you know, GameCube, Wii, every Nintendo console pretty much except the Advanced Game Boy and the N64. So I've been going hard, man, since day one. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my history in video games, how I got into video games, and that's literally a full timeline. I figured I'd give you guys a full timeline in this video. You know, it's only about a 10-minute video, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys, you know, when did you guys get into video games? What got you guys into games? And, you know, what's your history with video games? I want to hear you guys' you know, stories in the comment section below. But that's my history. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, I have a ton of sentimental value, you know, connected to different kind of video games and consoles. So, you know, games are not just games for me. Games are very, I guess, heavily sentimental in different ways too. So, yeah, it's a little bit more me. That's another episode of the Road to Black Ops 3. We are one day closer. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions for more videos in the comment section below. That is it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you smack the like button, subscribe to the comment, share, and all awesome stuff. I will catch you guys in the next video, and like always, until then, game on. Darkness taking over you.